Hello everyone, welcome to the second module of application of GIS and conservation mapping course. My name is Christopher Mudavi, GIS Seascape Ecosystems Expert at RCMRD. So this is the first session of the second module, and the second module looks at protected areas database management. So we will start by looking at the WDPA, reviewing what WDPA and RCoE Geoportal has, and we will also look at the common issues or gaps in protected areas data. So we start by looking at what WDPA is. WDPA has been covered in the previous session, but we can just refresh our minds. So WDPA is a global database that provides comprehensive information about protected areas. So this is a platform that was jointly made by IUCN and UNEP. So, and it is being managed by UNEP WCMC, that is a World Conservation Monitoring Center. So this is the platform that provides authoritative data on protected areas and OECMs. So we look at now the RCoE Geoportal. So RCoE Geoportal is a regional platform that provides data and insights on ESA region. It provides data on the coverage and it provides data that can be used to track the progress of countries towards meeting the target 3 of KMGBF. It also provides insights, and there are also knowledge products in the Geoportal. So we now look at issues and gaps in protected areas data. So what are the issues that we are likely to encounter in the data that is in the WDPA or even in the RCoE Geoportal? So one of the issues is missing or incomplete protected areas boundaries. So this means that we have some protected areas that have not been mapped yet. So there is a gap between what is in the WDPA and what is in the on the ground in terms of area. So if they have not been mapped, most of the protected areas in some countries are in the form of points. So the point simply shows the location of that particular protected area, but it doesn't indicate the coverage. So an example, I've used Zambia. Zambia has around 640 protected areas. Out of the 640 protected areas, 18% of them have not been mapped yet. They're in point form. So the second gap or second issue is outdated data on protection status or even on management effectiveness. So we also track protected area management effectiveness, and there are tools that are used to assess protected areas management effectiveness. So once they're assessed, they should be updated in the WDPA. I've used an example of Eritrea to indicate that the protection status of 11 protected. Eritrea has 11 protected areas, but the protection status is still proposed. So if they're still proposed, it means they are not fully established as protected areas. And therefore, in terms of meeting target 3, Eritrea is still at 0%. Now, the other gap is misaligned spatial boundaries. So I've used an example of a protected area in Kenya, of which you can see clearly that the boundary that is in the WDPA flows into people's farms, into settlements, and leaves a huge part of the protected areas outside. So this is a possible issue that should be updated. So the other issue is overlaps and duplicates. So overlaps, you find that two different protected areas are covering the same area, this might lead to double counting. So this is a possible issue that should be looked into. Duplicates, you'll find some protected areas have been updated maybe twice, which is a possible issue. So the other issue is incorrect attribute data. So incorrect attribute data, it only means that the data that on the ground doesn't tally with what has been updated in the WDPA in terms of the attribute table. So an example, I've still indicated using the same protected area in Kenya that is called Naivasha Wildlife Sanctuary. The area that was reported is around 3.99 square kilometers, but when you calculate the area using the boundary that is in the WDPA, the area comes to around 6.28 square kilometers. So this discrepancy is a possible issue that can be updated so that we have correct data. So the other issue is data that is not up to date. So data that is not up to date, we look at when last was the data updated. So I've also used an example of Zambia. Zambia updated its forest data in 1993. That is the last time it was updated. So it was updated last in 1993. So that means that there could be some there could be some forests that have been gazetted lately or degazetted lately, but they have not been updated. And also there could be differences in boundaries. Maybe the boundaries have shrunk or they have increased. So this is a possible issue that can be checked. Lastly, we look at other issues apart from what we've discussed. So, and one of them is new data sets, new protected areas or new OECMs that comes up. So you'll find that in some countries there are new protected areas that have been identified and fully protected or fully designated, and even OECMs have been identified, but they have not been updated yet. So this is something to look into so that it's updated in the WDPA. We also have degazetted protected areas. If a protected area is degazetted, then it has to be pulled down from the WDPA. Lastly, we have incomplete metadata documentation. So documentation, we have to keep on reviewing the documentation. Thank you for following through. We will meet in the next session.